Hey guys, I need a new wooden mallet. So today I'm going to make one with a scrap of padauk I have and some ash for the handle. First thing I'll do is square up the edge so I can take a cut for the handle. Sort of check the square now. Okay, I need to bring it down on this side and check the grain just to make sure that you're planing the right direction. That might be enough. Yeah, dead on. So from here, I'll cut a strip that's just under an inch or 25 mil wide, maybe 7/8. And we'll plane it down a bit more after that, but initially I'll just take that cut. Next, I'll go ahead and mark up the handle. So this will be 14 inches long. And then at one end, we'll do 1 3/4. And at the other end, it'll go down to 1 1/4. Doesn't need to be dead on, but it gives us the rough taper. So mark that out and then cut this out. So back to the bandsaw, and we'll just follow this by hand. We'll just give this a quick plane to get a smooth edge. Okay, so now we've got a taper from 1 3/4 to 1 1/4. Next thing we'll do is now use this to mark up the hammerhead. Just check for square. Just press the top. All right, there we go. So I'll do a few things here. One is I'll mark a center line down the handle. And I will also mark a line about an inch down. The next thing I'll do is mark a center line. And I should mention these dimensions, it's about 6 long, this is 2.5 wide, and just under 4. So then we need to mark this up. So the first thing we'll do here is find the square edge and mark halfway. We'll double check that we're square. Yeah. So then we'll just take this mark all the way around. All right, and if you line up, you know that you're pretty square. Okay, next thing we need to do is mark the center here. Just put a little mark up here, switch around. If they don't line up, then you're a little off. Then I'll just mark the center. Just make sure that you always reference off the same face. Next thing we'll do is line up the center here to the center on the handle. And this will give us the taper for the mortise. So put a nice clean line right on the edge. And that should line right up. So again, off the same edge, just take these across. That'll give you the taper to match the handle. Now we need to get the width. You can do this with a ruler, with a marking gauge, and if you have a mortise gauge, that is the easiest. So I'm going to go ahead and set this for 3/8. Make sure I'm in the center. And so you just want that 3/4 wide, 1 3/4, and about 1/8 shorter on the back side. So we've marked these so we know the angle to follow. And if you want, it can be helpful to trace your knife marks with a pencil. It'll just make them pop a little bit. For this, I'll use a Forstner bit, but you could use a paddle bit. If this is 3/4 or 19 mil, then you want to go a 1/16 or a couple mil inside the line on each side. And you're only going about halfway. Flip it around and come in from the other side. Okay, so we'll clean this out. Now we'll start chiseling that out. I'll go just off of my knife mark. And again, I'm going a little bit smaller just to remove the bulk of the wood, and then I'll come back and clean it up. These sides should be perfectly vertical, and these two sides, you're following the taper. Spin this around and come in from the other side. Just be really careful when you're getting it started, and then it should really start to move. Once I've removed the bulk of the material, I'll flip it on its side and I'll come in at it this way with the chisel just to start knocking it down and making a really flat edge. I'll work about halfway into it, then flip it around and come in and finish the other side. Then I'll use a straight edge to check the flatness. I can either try to rock it to see if there's a bow to knock down, or I can sight down the center to see if I'm going too low and just check on the progress. Once you've got the sides nice and flat, it's time to start mating it to a handle. So I need to clean up the back and lay it down a little bit. So I'll use the offcut to clamp this, and then just use the jack plane. Just don't take off too much doing this, because you can't make the mortise bigger. Alright, getting pretty close. So for this, I'll just do a little final trimming. That's a nice fit. So we just need to make those walls straight all the way down. Go gradually and check pretty regularly with your handle, because you don't want to go too big. This is a really hard wood, so I think it will make a really nice mallet. So just keep at it, and As you're getting close, you should really be able to see where it's not square. And you can just give it that last brush up. Take off the edges on these sides because they will take a brunt of the stress, and you'll often lead to chipping and breaking it out if you don't. Yeah, that's all you need, is just a little chamfer. Give it a test. I do want to get it down just a hair more than that. We'll leave about an inch. That's probably it for this. So now, I'll switch to the handle. Okay, so now that these fit pretty well, what you need to do is set this about an inch down. We'll leave an inch here so we have room to dress it. And then just go ahead and mark that right there. Now, probably about 3/4 of an inch, and then 3/4 of an inch, all the way around. This does not need to be precise. So now, what we'll do is we'll round these edges for the hand grip, and then dress the corners, and then we'll get back to the head. With the spoke shave, we'll just put a chamfer You do need to pay attention to the grain with this, or you can really tear it up. You can sort of just test it, feel how it'll feel in your hand. A lot of the time, you are working quite up high, so make sure that you like the hand grip from bottom to top. And then remember, it's tapered. So if you want it to be fairly similar grip, you'll have to take more up near the top. Okay. Yeah, so I'll take this to the belt sander and clean it up. So now the next thing we'll do is dress the head. So the first thing we'll do is mark a 7-degree angle on each face. This can vary depending on your preference, but 7 degrees is pretty standard, but somewhere around there will work. And then if you want, this is really more cosmetic or even just reducing weight to get the right weight. You could leave it or take it off, but we'll just round the top here. Padauk isn't great at planing. If you're doing an oak mallet, it would be really nice, but we'll see how this works. Getting pretty close. And then if you want, you can just knock down the edges just a little. So, got the basic top the way I want it. I'll cut the angles in, and we'll use the chop saw because Padauk is so hard. So now I have the rough shape how I want it. I'll take it with the handle to the belt sander to do a final dressing. So definitely mask up for sanding. Turn on a vacuum if you haven't. You should have the final shape you're going for. We're just softening edges, doing a little rounding, cleaning it up. Pretty happy with these. The rest I'll sand by hand. So I'm happy with the shaping here. You could spend as much time as you want though, and you could continue shaping it. You could add some burning or some carving and really make a work of art. I just need a beater and to get back to some other projects. So from here, I'm just gonna add a coat of oil. So I'm just gonna use some Danish oil here. It's a pretty good finish and it's really easy to apply. There's a lot of finishes you could choose from, and I'll try to do a finishing video in the future and I'll link that when I do that. But for now, I'm just going to put a liberal coat of the Danish oil on. I'll give it 20-30 minutes and come back, wipe off any excess. I'll do another coat this evening or tomorrow, and then probably a third coat in a month or two. So here it is, pretty quick wooden mallet. If you'd like to see it in action, there's some links you can click for some other videos. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Thanks for watching.